Welcome back, familiar to Northside LDN. And today, Arsenal 3, Bilbao 0. Much better performance. Much better performance. Much better performance to the Villarreal game. And do you know what? Zubimendi's arrived. Zubimendi has arrived. Do you know what I mean? When we signed him and Gyökeres, I said, okay, these two players can make the difference. And you know what? I'm impressed by Zubimendi. I'm impressed. I think he was running the show today. Absolutely running the show today. The way he was receiving the ball on the half turn, the way he was taking on players, the way he was always looking to go forward. We needed somebody to transition from deep. I've been calling for it. When we've been seeing Norgard and Rice in that midfield and that double pivot, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Both players are too defensive minded and can't transition, not comfortable in the ball. But you see Zubimendi? I'm liking what I'm seeing. I am liking what I'm seeing. If this continues, great signing. Great signing. I've been calling for a player that can do what Partey was offering to the team. And I'm very happy by Zubimendi. Technical ability, receives the ball deep, is fine. He's comfortable. Do you know what I mean? And the way he was just creating loads of chances, bringing counterattacks, connecting with the attacking players. Very impressed by Zubimendi. Very impressed by Zubimendi. For me, man of the match. Man of the match for me, Zubimendi. I just think everything he did was great. Even when he lost the ball, tracked back and got the ball back. You know what I mean? Winning the ball back high up the pitch. Why is Rachid calling me? I'm live. Not right now, my G. I am live. But yeah, very impressed by Zubimendi. Very impressed by the performance. And overall, the performance today was great. It was a great performance. There are aspects to the performance that I'm going to get into that I didn't like. But let's get into the things first that I did like. Like I said, Zubimendi, big up to Lee for the raid and everyone that's joined. Big up to the whole familia in the building. Make sure you're liking and subscribing. We're on our way to 20K. So smash the likes. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Gyökeres today, taking his opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Could have had 2 goals. Let's be real. He could have scored 2 goals. Obviously, he scored his goal really well. That Zubimendi cross, excellent, bro. First time, whipped it, excellent. Gyökeres in the right place at the right time and just headed it in. Easy. He had another opportunity where he headed the ball and the goalkeeper had to palm it off of the post to save it. So he could have had a brace today. Could have had a brace. There was times in the games that I saw when Gyökeres is on the right-hand side or is on the left-hand side to then cut in. Sometimes he's just not as effective. We need to find him when he's in the box and in the center of the pitch. And that's when he's the most effective. There was a cross to him that he could have scored as well. To be fair, he could have scored 3 goals. Let's keep it real. There was a cross by Saka, low cross to his feet. And Gyökeres, the way he hit it, there wasn't enough power. He was trying to get it at the far post, just not enough power. And because there wasn't enough power, the goalkeeper was able to get to it and get a hand on it and save it. But other than that, I think Gyökeres today, a lot better, more involved in the game. I think we were actually looking and providing and giving him assists and options to actually score. Much better from Gyökeres. Like I said, it's going to take a bit of time. Obviously, he's now in the Premier League. He's no longer in the Portuguese league. But I'm much more impressed by Gyökeres today. I think he had a very good game. Odegaard today. Let's get on to Odegaard. Odegaard today, a couple of good passes. You know, for some of the goals. You know, the second goal, Odegaard with the pass over the top to Martinelli. Right decision. Martinelli to Saka. And then he just taps it in. Very good goal. Very good assist pre-assist from Odegaard. The third goal we took well as well. But overall, there was a lot of times where Odegaard was very frustrating. There was a lot of passes that went out of play. There was a lot of passes that were overhit. There was a pass into Ben White on the right-hand side, and he just played it out. There was another pass to Saka, and he played it out of play. At times, very frustrating from Odegaard. He did a couple of good passes, but there was a lot of passes as well that he wasn't finding his man and it was going out of play. So it was a mixed bag. It was a mixed bag by Odegaard. He did some good passes. He played some good through balls, but there was a lot of times where he was breaking down our attack because he was just overhitting it. You know what I mean? And that's something that, like I said, this is why I want Eze. This is why I want an upgrade in that position. But Odegaard, because the team was playing forward today, was on a front foot. We were playing attacking football. We were making forward runs. You were getting more out of Odegaard. And I've been saying this. When you play attacking football, the best version of Odegaard we've seen was 2-3 seasons ago when we were 8 points clear. That's the football that gets the best out of Odegaard. Direct football, attacking football. When players are making runs, Saka today, much improved from the last couple of games. Saka today, to be fair, he could have got himself a brace. Some of the shooting is still a little bit rusty with some of the shooting. Obviously, he got himself a goal, but he probably could have got a hat-trick with the amount of chances that he had today. But Saka today, taking on his man, done that right-hand side, he was a problem, constant problem, which is something that he hasn't been in pre-season. Much improved by Saka today. Taking his man on, providing assists for Gyökeres, always a danger on the break, and much better performance today from Saka than what we've seen recently. So big up to Saka. A much more improved performance by Saka today. And got his goal, was in the right place at the right time, which was started by Odegaard to Martinelli. Martinelli squaring it to Saka. Saka took his goal. It is what it is. But I'm happy. I'm happy with this performance. Like I said, there's just certain things that I need to get into that I didn't like. Martinelli today, he just seems like there was more intensity in the way that he was playing. He was always looking like a threat. Of course, Martinelli is very frustrating when it comes to the finishing, hitting the side net in a bunch of times. You know, 1 or 2 times holding on to the ball a bit too long. But he looked a lot more direct, and it's because of the style of play that we're playing. We've seen this before. I'm not surprised that we can play like this because this was the football that Arteta created at first. Direct, 1-2 touches, giving goals, making runs, and committing players forward. We've played this years ago. So these players are able to play like this. It's Arteta that wants to put the handbrake in a lot of games to stop them playing like this. We know that this team has the ability to play like this. We've seen this before. This ain't nothing that we ain't seen before, And Martinelli, better today. Like I said, I still want to get rid of him. I still don't think he's good enough. He's still very frustrating in terms of taking his chances in the final third. But much better performance from Martinelli today. Much better performances. Better passing, better crossing. Just the finishing that was frustrating for me for Martinelli. Declan Rice as well. He did well. He had a decent game as well. Not that our defense was that troubled. Now I want to get into the defense now. This is the bit that I still have concerns about when it comes to this team, when it comes to the way that we're playing. Calafiori almost made us concede about 2 or 3 goals. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand why this manager is continuing to get our fullback. And it wasn't just Calafiori. Timber was doing it as well. I'm sure it's instruction from Mikel Arteta. First of all, playing out for the back, but not just playing out from the back. Always drifting into the middle of the pitch. And not only just the middle of the pitch, the middle of our box. Calafiori gave the ball away in the middle of our box. The middle of our box. You receive the ball next to the goalkeeper. Instead of smashing it out and clearing it, he's trying to connect with Declan Rice in the box when Declan Rice has already got a man on him. The ball gets intercepted. They have a shot. Luckily, there's no power. It wasn't properly placed. Ray is able to save it. But he did that kind of mistake in terms of giving the ball away in our box multiple times today, Calafiori. Not good enough. You do that in the Prem, we are going to be punished. We're going to be punished. Why are you dribbling across our box when we're getting pressed? Why are you passing the ball to a player across the middle of our box when the player is marked? What are you doing? Do you know what I'm saying? What are you doing? You need to cut that out, because if you're going to continue to do that, and the thing is, it wasn't a one-off mistake. It was something that he continuously kept doing, and we didn't get punished today. We didn't get punished for it. But if you don't rectify these kind of issues, we will concede goals. And the reason I'm bringing it up is when I'm seeing Calafiori drifting to the middle of the pitch, when I'm seeing Zinchenko drifting to the middle of the pitch, when I'm seeing Skelly drifting to the middle of the pitch, this is an instruction from the manager. It is putting us under extreme pressure and is allowing the opposition to score goals against us. Lewis Skelly did it against Tottenham. We conceded a goal. Calafiori's done it today multiple times. We almost conceded 2 goals through that mistake. Arteta needs to stop getting these fullbacks inverting. It is putting us under pressure and it's exposing our defense and our goalkeeper. Now, he wasn't the only one that did that. Timber did that as well. Losing the ball because he's drifting to the middle of the pitch where it's congested, and then losing the ball when there's options to play it to Saka, there's options to play it to Zubimendi that is comfortable receiving the ball in the half turn, receiving the ball and transitioning and starting a counter attack. I don't know why this manager keeps telling these fullbacks to do that, but this is going to make our defense get exposed. We're going to concede goals. I am telling you, we need to cut that out. It was very concerning the way our fullbacks was playing today. Very concerning. They were putting us into danger that we didn't need to. They had time on the ball. Calafiori, when he was receiving the ball deep, he had time. He had space. Timber, you had time. You had space. I don't know what's going on. I'd rather see Timber that runs down the wing and gives Saka another option on that right-hand side. That's what I prefer to see. And that was my two biggest concerns today of this game. Better opposition, we concede goals in this game. We concede goals early, and all of a sudden the game is a completely different game. You know what I mean? But other than that, which is something that needs to be fixed, I was quite happy with the performance. I think the way that we were playing, the little gives and goals, the way we scored our goals. Kai Havertz's goal. I haven't even spoken about Kai Havertz's goal. Top goal. That was a very good goal, man. Very good goal. Saka with the ball over the top. Kai Havertz takes on two players, runs down. Normally in the box when he's going up against a physical centre back, normally gets barged onto the ball. Normally he gets pressed to the ground. Normally he falls on the floor looking for a penalty. He stayed on his feet. He muscled the centre back and then he just tapped it in. Very good goal. Just placed it. Very, very good goal by Kai Havertz. And yeah, maybe he's learned to not always fall on the floor and actually try and take your shot instead of looking for penalties. Very, very good goal. Very good goal. Good vision by Saka. And Havertz did well to beat the defender and put it in the back of the net. So very happy with that goal. Very, very happy with that goal. Even Madueke today, I think he was decent as well. Came on. I think he played decently. Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of Madueke, but I can still give a player props when he has a decent game. Ethan goes without say. You know what I mean? That's just the expectation when it's Ethan. He came on, taking on players, looking dangerous. I was overall very happy with just the way that we played football. The problem is we're going to go up against teams that are going to play the low block, the mid block, and what are we going to do? You know, our fullbacks inverting when there's no space, and Saka has no space to attack. Martinelli has no space to attack. We need both our fullbacks overlapping our wingers to create space, to drag defenders out of position. And at the moment, this manager, I don't know why he's not instructing the fullbacks to do that. We do, you know, there's going to be games where Saka and Martinelli, if we keep Martinelli, are going to be marked out of the game, you know, and they're going to need players to do the little give and goes, little 1-2s and beat the defenders. So we need to work on that. This inverted stuff is not really benefiting us in terms of defensively or going forward. It's not really benefiting us. Even with the inverted stuff, we still have been conceding goals in this preseason. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest about it. We haven't looked that great playing this inverted fullback stuff. And we did this way back when we first got Zinchenko. So I want to go away from this inverted stuff. And like I said, some people are going to look at the game and say, oh, no, Side, you're complaining. I'm complaining because I can see how it can be a problem. And if we rectify it now, then we take away that problem. You know what I'm saying? Even within a win, there's always things that you can take away and say, okay, we can improve this, we can improve that. Overall, it was a very good performance. Overall, it was a performance that we were comfortable. Bilbao didn't really offer nothing. Nico Williams, didn't see nothing from this guy. Nothing at all from this guy. The only time we looked worrying is from mistakes that we were doing by our fullbacks. That was the only time. Other than that, Atletico never looked like they were going to score. And I never really felt concerned, to be honest. I never really felt concerned. But yeah, listen, also Zuba Mendy is the only deep line playmaker that we've got. Like, he's the only one that can create from deep. So listen, unless this manager is going to move Odegaard into the 8 and then play Zuba Mendy next to him or Rice next to him, then you've got another player that can create from deep. But it's worrying that we've only got Zuba Mendy, you know, and when Zubimendi's out of the team, it looks very stale. It's reminiscent of of Thomas Partey. When we had Thomas Partey in the team, you see that we could create from deep. We had somebody that can transition and spring a counter attack. When Partey wasn't available, all of a sudden the midfield looked very robotic, very static. So listen, I'm very impressed by Zubimendi. Like I said, for me, Zubimendi, man of the match, hands down. For me, man of the match. I think he was excellent at his ball recovery. He was excellent with his passing. He was excellent on the half turn. He was excellent at taking players on. And he was just a problem the whole game. He was literally dictating everything in the game. Everything. So listen, big up to Zubimendi. I hope it continues. I hope he continues playing to this level. And yeah, man, we can see why, he was a player that was linked to Liverpool. Do you know what I'm saying? Who are a club that have got excellent scouts that, buy players that, it goes without saying, Gravenberch, McAllister, etc., etc. So you can see exactly why they were in for Zubimendi, and I can see now why Arsenal were in for Zubimendi. So big up to Zubimendi. And yeah, man, I do think there's going to be games, though. This is the thing. We always look good when we're allowed to express ourselves. There are going to be teams that are going to be doing the dark arts. There are going to be teams that are going to not allow us to have the space and time on the ball. There's going to be games where Odegaard's going to be clattered all over the pitch. You know what I mean? And then what is the answer then? That is my problem. We know when plan A works, it looks great. The problem is, what's plan B? Today Arteta never needed to, tactically shift the game. He never needed to work out, why the opposition are nullifying our attack or our midfield. Today, everything was just free flowing. You know what I mean? It was just easy today. The problem is when we go up against better opposition, that are going to frustrate us. What are we going to do? What's the answer then? What is the answer? I like that Saka. It seems like Saka's building a bit more of a connection with Gyökeres, and Gyökeres is getting more involved in the game. That was a big criticism of mine against Villarreal, where I thought Gyökeres was very isolated. And yeah, listen, I don't want just high crosses into Gyökeres. Sometimes you can do the low cross. Like I said, Saka with the low cross into Gyökeres, he should have scored that goal. He could have easily scored more goals. But yeah, I'm overall, I'm happy with this performance. I'm just worried about the instructions of the fullbacks. And I'm just worried about, what's our plan B when this doesn't work. That's my biggest gripe with this manager. What happens when this doesn't work? We didn't see an answer in the last couple of games. We didn't see an answer against Villarreal. We didn't see an answer against Tottenham. You know what I mean? What's the plan B when plan A doesn't work? That is the biggest problem. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I hope as well that this is not the starting lineup going into Man United. I think Martinelli still should be dropped. I still want to see Diamond in the team. I still want to see Ethan in the team. You know what I mean? Like I said, as much as I can praise Odegaard for an assist and certain counterattacks he did well, there was a lot of times where he was giving the ball away aimlessly. There's a lot of times he was breaking down counterattacks by himself because he was overhitting the pass. So I still don't want to see Odegaard starting. I still don't want to see Martinelli starting. And obviously, I don't want Calafiori starting. I just got to keep it honest. I got to keep it real. Those three players cannot be starting. They can't be starting for me. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Let me get into some of the comments. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Big up to everyone that's locked in. I thought Victor D couldn't score headers. All the haters. Big up, bro. Big up. Gyökeres scored a Havertz type goal and Havertz scored a Gyökeres type goal. Yeah, I mean, big up. I think Zubi will be good in possession, but I would worry about him off the ball with the pace of the game in the Prem. He might get bypassed a bit. I don't think he's mad slow. I mean, I think his recovery pace is decent, and obviously him and Declan Rice are gonna have to communicate. When one goes, one has to sit. You know what I'm saying? They can't both be pressing up high. This is what we did against Villarreal, and we got caught out. So I think it's down to the both of them to work out. If he lets Rice go forward and run and those late runs into the box, then Zubimendi's got to shield that back line a bit like Partey did. Like Partey used to do that excellently. Do you know what I mean? Partey used to do that excellently. He'd always time if Declan Rice is going off, he's going, you know what I mean? And always making sure that the back line is shielded and there's always someone there to help the defense. So I don't know. I think he'll be doing all right, man. I think he'll do all right. He's technically very good. He's good at losing players, and technically he can take on players. And a lot of his passing, unlike Odegaard, actually reaches, you know, the man. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. What's this? This Nico guy's PR needs to be studied. Yeah, bro, he did absolutely nothing. Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, Victor. Yeah, he did. He held off the ball very well. Yeah, there was another time where Gyökeres held off the defender. Yeah, and he got barges off the ball, and he still made the pass through into Saka. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, Saka couldn't, you know, convert that chance. So yeah, you're right. Gyökeres did very well in holding up the ball. I think with a tougher opposition, we might have some issues. 100%. Everything is not fixed. You know, we can praise the performance, but everything ain't fixed. Everything isn't sunshines and rainbows right now. You know what I mean? We have to always look at what is the plan B, what is the answer when we come unstuck. We have to because it's been this manager's biggest kryptonite. So I hear it. Bilbao have okay front line, but defensively they are poor. They haven't recruited enough quality and have some, and they have Champions League and Copa del Rey. Yeah, man. I didn't see anything from these men. I wasn't impressed at all by Atletico Bilbao. I'll be real. Zubi was class today. Let's see how he does when he plays a physical team in the middle of the park. But I do rate him. He was very good. Yeah. I hear that, man. Yeah, I was very impressed by Zubimendi, man. Very impressed. I like Zubimendi, man. What a shame we couldn't have Thomas Partey and Zubimendi. Do you know what I mean? That would have been perfect. Yeah, you know I mean, 2 DMs that can create and defend. You know what I mean? That can beat players, that can actually pick a pass. Imagine that. Our midfield would be much better. Partey, Zubimendi, and Ethan in the 10 or Dalman in the 10. Come on, bro. Come on. You know what I mean? I like Rice, but Rice, he has limitations. He has limitations. It is what it is, man. What's man saying? Noni and Gyökeres kind of work well together. I can't lie. Yeah, well, he was finding Gyökeres. You know what I mean? He was finding Gyökeres. The problem is when Gyökeres is marked out the game and Noni has to score the goal, he's as frustrating as Martinelli. That's the problem. But yeah, he was finding Gyökeres, to be fair. He was. You know what I mean? He was. Hopefully these players keep it consistent. But yeah, man. Hopefully, God willing. Nico Williams is very overrated, bro. Hella overrated, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hella overrated. Hey, big up DonC, man. Big up Northside. Large up the chat. Big up DonC, man. Every single time. Big up DonC, man. What shocks me is when the fullbacks invert, we turn to a back three and they don't connect. They don't connect to many gaps. When the ball is played in, we get exposed. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like when we invert, nobody goes back. Like when the left back is out of position, you don't see like Declan Rice dropping into his position. It's just like we just allow a massive gaping hole at left back. It's weird. It's weird, and we're gonna get punished for that. We're gonna get punished for that if we don't fix that. My local non-league team punished a team that tried that invert stuff, got the ball scored. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. It's inverting stuff, yeah. Anybody that, you know, even if you disagree with me, go watch the highlights of this game when they put out the highlights. Every time they had an opportunity was from us playing stupidness with this inverted stuff with our fullbacks. That was every time we looked exposed. Other than that, they didn't do anything. We were giving them the opportunities to expose us. I thought Zubimendi was very good today. And Saka looks back to his best. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Saka looked like the Saka of old, like with energy, taking on players, like, do you know what I mean? Beating the player and you know what I mean? Actually finding Gyökeres. He looked a lot better today. We had the best defense last season doing the inverted fullback. So what are you talking about? We had the best defense, yeah? We had the best defense. Where was that best defense against PSG? Where was that best defense against Man United? Where was that best defense? Where was that best defense against Fulham? Where was that best defense against Nottingham Forest? This man just chatting nonsense, bro. Like we don't concede goals in important games, bro. I don't get what man are talking about. But okay. These men always know. They always know more, innit? They always know more. Okay, we'll see at the end of the season. We'll see. I can say you don't need to invert. Chelsea do it because we have the wingers for it, which Arsenal don't have. Yeah, man, we don't need to invert, bro. A lot of times we got space on the wing as well. Like, we don't need to invert. Like, you know what I mean? All fun and games until the season starts. What's this? What's man saying? Remember, Skelly was playing because Calafiori was injured. Yeah. But I don't know, man. That now that Skelly's like, got the call up to England and stuff like that, it's going to be a lot harder for this manager to drop Skelly now. And the whole fan base have, want Skelly to start the game. So it's going to be tricky for Arteta to try and not start Skelly, bro. Do you know what I mean? I think he'll be like, when it's Ethan, it's a little bit different. The hype around Ethan isn't the same around Skelly. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think he'll get away with it. I'll be completely real. What's this here? What's man saying? Is Calafiori a defender or a midfielder? I think Calafiori is a winger, bro. I think he's a winger. He plays more like he's a winger than an actual fullback, bro. I don't think he's a fullback, bro. I think he's naturally a winger, bro. Do you know what I mean? To what level? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But he's a winger, bro. He's not a fullback. Madueke surprised me today. Madueke and Gyökeres look like a potential duo. Yeah. Listen, they were connecting properly. I can't lie. I actually think Martinelli was by far the worst. There were times he was frustrating, but he was getting forward. But he's frustrating, isn't it? That's what he is. You know what I'm saying? Big up and well done, Arsenal. Best game I've seen from you this preseason. Zubi is amazing. And Glock has his opener, so now go on and do it in the league. But today, no banter or beef. Well done, Arsenal. Yeah, man. Yeah, we did well today. I can't lie. It is where it is. The two main again were trash. Martinelli goes to guard. Big up Northside. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, he's a winger. Man's laughing. He's a winger, bro. He's a winger that's playing as a fullback. If you look at everything to do with Calafiori's game, yeah, it's all screams winger, bro. The guy likes to go forward. He likes to try and get down the wing and have a shot and pop a shot, bro. He plays like a winger, bro. He's not a fullback. He can't defend. He can't defend, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm being real with you, bro. What about his game screams fullback? What about his game screams midfielder? I don't think he's got that division like that. Do you know what I'm saying? To pick passes and all that. He likes to run down the wing and then have an opportunity to pop off a shot. He plays like a winger. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Maybe he was a winger at first, you know what I mean? And then became a defender. I don't know, but he can't defend. Whoever told him he can defend, he can't defend. You know what I mean? He can't defend. What's this? What's man saying? Big up to everyone that's locked in, man. Big up to everyone that's locked in. I will be putting the link out. Martinelli's decision making is woeful, bruv. That left-hand side is dead food. That's Martinelli, bro. That's Martinelli. Like, that's Martinelli. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, just pulled up to see whether Northside is happy or moaning. Look at this guy. I'm chill, man. I'm chill, man. I'm chill. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of this fan base are gonna get overly gassed now. You know what I'm saying with this win, but look at the level of opposition. You know what I mean? And look at the context. The context is Plan A worked. Yeah, we don't care about when Plan A works. We care about what's the answer when we need to use a Plan B. That is where this manager needs to get it right. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Put Skelly in the midfield if Cali is back in the line. Bro, I don't want to see Calafiori back in the lineup, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, maybe he's a wing back, but a wing back still has to defend. He can't defend. He can't defend. That's the thing. Like, I don't know. A wing back job is you still need to defend, innit? This guy can't defend, bro. So I don't know. What's man saying? What's man saying? You're a fraud. You fraud. You said he's not an upgrade to Partey. Yeah. No one said that he's an upgrade to Partey. He's doing the job Partey's doing. I'm yet to see if he's an upgrade on Partey. Well, what's crazy about that? We haven't even started the Premier League yet. We don't even know if he can do it in the Prem. He's just done really well, and he's got certain attributes that Partey has got. I haven't seen a whole season of flipping. I ain't even seen one game in the Prem yet of Zuba Mendy. So let's see if he can do it in the Prem before we even say he's an upgrade on Partey. Does he have certain attributes? Yes. Technically very good. Good at winning the ball back. Good vision. Good pass. Okay. Now do it consistently in the Prem before we start having that conversation, because Partey was up there in the conversation of one of the best DMs in the league. Let's see if Zubimendi could be in that conversation. I believe, from what I'm seeing, if he plays like this, I can see him be up there. But let's actually wait. Let's wait, innit? Let's wait. There's no problem in waiting instead of overgassing and saying, "Oh, how do you know?" Like, I mean, how do you know that he's an upgrade on Partey? You can't tell me anything that shows that he's an upgrade on Partey. Let's just wait. Let's just wait. We will see. Exactly. If anyone knows football, your job as a wing back is to track back as well as support the attack. Exactly. And Calafiori gets caught out of position and can't defend. This is what I'm saying. So I wouldn't call him a wing back. I'll be real. What's this? If plan A doesn't work, we got some injuries. We have Madueke, Norgard, Kivio, Calafiori in the bench. Wow, not enough. Yeah, bro, it's mad. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Something's telling me it's either a loss or a draw. I don't know. I'm not convinced that we can beat Man United, bro. I'm not. Trust me, I really want to beat Man United. But overall preseason, we've been shocking. If you look at preseason as a whole, yeah, we have been shocking. So this game is it's a game within the preseason. The majority of the preseason, we've been shocking. So it's one of them ones. And it's typical Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? Like, performances all over the place. What's this? Also, Northside, the gal will go. Arteta does get us a trophy. I bet you he says that. We'll see, man. We will see. Let me put the link out for anyone that does want to jump on. There we go. The link is there. Bro, do you know what it is, yeah? When we bottled the league, yeah, I was asking for us to just adjust the way that we're playing, which is similar to the way that we're playing today. All we needed was an adjustment. The manager to be tactically aware, to adjust, play this type of football. But there's certain games where you have to play the, sit back, defend first, hit on the counter. Do you know what I'm saying? Kind of pragmatic type of football. Certain games, you'll go in front playing this football. Then in the 60th minute, 50th minute, you're going to have to change and be pragmatic and make sure you grind out the result. All I've been asking for is a blend of both styles. There's games and situations and oppositions where both styles are effective. I've been asking for Arteta to have the Arnie Slot approach for ages. So I like when we play this kind of football, but at the same time, why is it this manager can't do both? Why is it you can't play both? Why is it just one or the other? You know what I mean? Because there's going to be games this ain't going to work, bro. You know what I'm saying? Against Newcastle, this ain't going to work. It's going to be teams this ain't going to work, bro. If you ask your wingers to defend so much, then you can't be that deadly on the counter. Yeah, it's the problem. You know what I mean? And then you have to get that midfield balance right as well. You know what I mean? Because then the wingers are all the way back defending. You need midfielders that are able to progress the ball and have vision and that can actually pick and link up with the attack. You need the attack to make the right decisions at the right time. You know what I mean? And it's just a combination of things that we do at times that just makes us look frustrating. It's a combination of things, I can't lie. But yeah, man. Igal will use this game to show that y'all can win the league, but ignore the rest of the preseason. Of course, because apparently preseason's not important when we lose, but it's hella important when we win. That's what they're gonna do, bro. You know these man are shameless. Now it's bare important. Now it's so important. Look what we did in preseason. What's crazy is Igal was saying that oh, we're not playing our best team, so teams don't work us out. Well, guess what? Teams are now working out that we'll bring on Madueke to link up with Gyökeres. Teams are now working out that Zubimendi is at the start of all our counterattacks. Do you know what I mean? Teams are going to work out now that Saka's going to be spamming crosses into Gyökeres. So it didn't make any sense. What he said, I don't know what he goes on, bro. I don't know what that guy's on. You know what I mean? Yeah. How many games has this manager come back to win the game? Exactly from losing positions, bro. Most of the time we end up drawing those games, so we end up dropping points. So yeah, it's true. Northside question: how do you get more quality from your midfield? I just think it depends on the opposition. There's games where you can play Zubimendi next to Odegaard in the 8 and Max Dalman in the 10. There's other games where, yeah, you may want to play Zubimendi and Rice. You know, two players that have that defensive ability, and then you can have, you know, Max Dalman in the 10 or Ethan in the 10. It all depends on opposition, you know, and the manager can make in-game decisions. Sometimes you got Zubimendi and Rice, you need a bit more creativity, take off Rice, bring on Odegaard in that position to play the 8, and then, you know, you've got Ethan or Dalman in the 10. It's all about adjusting to the opposition. We know what players bring what, and sometimes you need that extra creativity. Sometimes you need, sometimes your wingers are being isolated out of the game, they're being marked out of the game, and you need to bring on players that offer a bit more. Odegaard also knows how to get back defensively. Do you know what I mean? He does a lot of work defensively in terms of tracking back. So I know he's not the best, you know, ball winner, but at the same time, he still offers you that defensive, some sort of defensive contribution to the team. So it's all about what's going on with the game, what's the opposition, and adjusting to what's going on. I think that's how we get the most out of the midfield. But persistent with playing 2 DMs every game, sometimes it's to your detriment, especially when you're chasing a game. You need to bring one of them off. And for me, it'd have to be Declan Rice, because Zuba Mendy just offers a lot more in terms of creativity. Declan Rice can be effective attacking wise if you whip a cross into him in the box, but that's if he scores the header. Where Zubimendi will be dictating the game the whole game. You know, I'll be picking passes the whole game. So that's the proactiveness that I want to see from this manager. When things go sideways, utilize the midfield that you've got. You know, you've got 2 youngsters that are creative. You've got Odegaard that just fits that number 8 role. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to see, bro. That's what I want to see. You got Lewis Skelly. I mean, that's another one. Even if you take off Rice and you put Skelly in the 8, you know what I mean? Skelly's good at taking on players. He's got good vision, vision in terms of his passing. Do you know what I mean? He's somebody that's a natural midfielder. It just makes sense. Do you know what I mean? It makes sense. So that's the proactiveness I want to see from this manager when things go sideways. You know, you've now made yourself a group of players. I can see the strengths of these players, utilize them in different ways depending on how the game is going. Don't stick to like for like substitutions. I don't want to see you it's not working out in the game, or we're chasing the game and you bring off Rice and you bring on Norgard. You know, things like that. Or you take off Odegaard to bring on flipping Moreno. These are the things. These are the substitutions and things that get me annoyed with Arteta. These are the things that piss me off. I don't want to see those kind of like for like changes. I really don't. I want to see vision. I want to see the manager reading the game and utilizing the players that you've got to change the game around. I don't want to see Martinelli coming off to bring on Trossard or to all that kind of nonsense. This is what we normally get from this manager. Look at the game against Villarreal. He made 6 defensive substitutions, 6. And one of them was taken off the goalkeeper. And it was like for like, a defender for a defender, defensive midfielder for defensive midfielder, attacking midfielder for attacking midfielder. Like, those are the things that frustrate me with this guy. I've got to keep it real. That is the times where you look at him and you're like, this is brain dead substitutions. What are you telling me, killer?
Yo, bro, we cooked today. We actually cooked today. You know what? I think I'm bad luck. Am I out of bad luck? Because I didn't watch the game, but like after the game, bro, ski, like we cooked today. Saka was cooking, you know, low balls. He's been watching our streams. He's been watching our streams, bro. He must be because we weren't crossing the ball like last game. We were playing to Gyökeres's strength. Even though he scored a header, obviously that came from a set piece. You know, we're very good at set pieces. Let's be real. But apart from that, we cooked Zubimendi, little back heel. You see the little back heel to Havertz? That was crazy, bro. The little back heel to Havertz, the whip, the cross. I think even Martinelli, that's the best he can do, really. Hey, listen, when it comes to Martinelli, that's the best he can do, really. You know, run, you know what I'm saying? Just shoot. Well, he didn't do much, but that's the best he can do. I'll be real. Madueke did more than him from what I've seen. Obviously, I can't really judge because I didn't see the game like fully. But from what I saw, we cooked today. I don't know. I don't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy. I'm happy. Long may it continue. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's Bilbao or us. Something must have changed, especially the way we played. You get me? Saka changed everything. Saka changed everything, bro. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, I'll bring the drama. Bring the drama. That's what it is. You know what it is? Think about it, yeah? You've got Saka. Every time he used to dribble past anyone and he can beat his man for some reason today, he absolutely cooked that left back. He cooked him. But even when he used to cook him, what would he do, North? Chip. He would try to cross the ball. To who? Do you know what I'm saying? Martinelli can't head the ball. He can, but you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, to who? Today, he was creating problems trying to cross the ball. He had a chance where he was supposed to square it to Gyökeres, was by himself, but he didn't. Do you know what I'm saying? And he had a shot. Obviously, can't really say that much, but I'll be real. He did well, bro. He did well. You get me? Didn't ruin my birthday. Yeah, it doesn't matter, bro. It's just Bilbao. It's just pre-season. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just pre-season.
Big up, man. Happy birthday, man. You know what I mean?
Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday, AFC. But listen, it's just pre-season, AFC. Why? It's calm. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh, but it does matter today. Huh? Today it does matter, yeah? Send the link, North. Send the link, North. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to put the baby to sleep. My wife can do that. You know what I'm saying? My wife can do that today. Yeah. You think we don't know?
Don't have to go bed early today.
Yeah. No. I don't have to go bed early. You know, it's a Saturday. It's a Saturday. Tomorrow's Sunday. Do you know what I'm saying? Nobody needs to go. Nah, I swear, all of these, man, bro. All of these, man, are gassing. These men are gonna gas this up. You know what I'm saying? This is another 3 years. 3 years contract. 3-year contract. Give him 20 million a year. Give him 20 million a year. Yeah. Bilbao, shit. I'll be real. Even Man United, they smoked them, innit? Man United won like 4-0. Was it 4-0? I mean, yeah. When you look at it like that, if Man United beat them 4-0, well, 3-0 is actually underachieving. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's actually underachieving. We should have beat them more than 4. But now I liked what I saw from Zubimendi. You know what I'm saying? I liked what I saw from Zubimendi. You get me? I'll tell no, it's not him being a genius, bro. Come on, let's be honest here, bro. There's certain players in that team. You get me? Let's certain. You have to see the bigger picture. Yeah. Yeah. That's what they'll say, bro. They are all good. I haven't even checked. Should I check? Should I check, man, then? Because if I check, I'm going to find we're going to win the league. We're going to win the Champions League. We're ready for next season. We're going to smoke Man United. And then as soon as it doesn't go their way, this an excuse, that excuse. Everybody will be gassed up by today's performance. I'll be real. It's going to do more bad than good. That's the thing. It's going to do more bad than good. So now people in their heads, they feel like Arsenal are ready. Do you know what I'm saying? Now Arsenal are ready for this because what they saw today. You get me? They are gassed. They're even more gassed than me. So now we don't need Eze. We don't need Rodrigo now. We've got enough players. You know what I'm saying? We can play this style of play and still smoke. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hooks is here. I knew it. He must
They're all out. They're all out. They're all out.
They're all out. They're all out. He's here. He's here. I told you. I told you about this, no? I told you about this.
Man. Look at it. Look at it.
More predictable than Martinelli, bro. You get me? Like, don't do this,
man. All I'm gonna say, yeah, Martin Zubimendi changed my life, man.
Fucking hell, no.
A whole new world, yeah, blood. A whole new place for me and you, yeah, blood. This brother's different. This brother is all my life. I pray for someone like you. Yeah, my midfield is doing stuff next season, blood. Yeah, don't worry. I just heard your little speech. No, we still need to sign Eze. We still need to sign someone like Rodrigo. But I tell you what, yeah, Martin Zuba-Mendy, man of the match, he's different, bro. Yeah. He's different. And all these men that were trying to run the 007 gimmick on Gyökeres, you can hold that. You can hold that one there, yeah. Cause you see that ball from Zubimendi, yeah.
Yeah.
You see so that ball from Zubimendi, the spin, crazy. But Zubimendi wasn't aiming for Gyökeres, yeah. Gyökeres was like, oh, I can smell a ball coming in the box. Yeah, what a striker does, bless. Yes, somehow. What the Gyökeres is cooking, blood header. Yeah, right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You man told me you can't header a ball. When I say you man, I don't mean you two in it. I'm saying you man. Yeah, you man said that he can't header a ball. He had his first goal for Arsenal was a header. His first goal was a header. That's crazy, you know.
Nearly the second as well. The diving header.
The diving header.
Hit the post. Yeah, that was nice. That was nice.
Yeah,
that was nice.
Man. Yeah. But don't worry, because before everyone tells me, oh, Hawks is gassed. Hawks is gassed. Yeah, hold that. I am gassed 3-0. But it's still only a friendly. It's only pre-season. I'm keeping the same energy. Like when we lost, only pre-season. It's only pre-season. But I tell you what, this was a great way to end pre-season before going into the first game of the season. I'd rather go in to facing Manchester United, 3-0, you know, clean sheet, couple goals, all of that. Good performances all across the pitch, you know, except from it's getting to the point where I might have to start treating man like Voldemort, he who shall not be named, yeah, on the left wing. It's getting close. It's getting real close. I even think when Madueke came on, he looked clear.
What do you think about the fullbacks? Because that was my only gripe about today, yeah?
I think Timber had a good
performance, but you know this inverting stuff is exposing everyone that plays on the left. Even Timber's inverting now. We're getting Calafiori inverting. The only time they looked like they were going to score was because of us inverting and then playing out from the back with this inverting stuff in our box. That was the only chances that they got. I think if we consistently keep doing that, we're going to put ourselves under pressure. We even... I think Arteta needs to change that because it's putting us under pressure. Do you get what I mean? Where we don't need to. Because other than that, we looked fine. Like even like when we inverted, Lewis Skelly inverted and then lost the ball against Tottenham. You can see situations where sometimes you get away with it, sometimes you get punished. You know what I mean? In the Prem, giving the ball away like that, like playing it, running across our box when we're getting pressed. Come on, have a little bit of read the room. Do you know what I'm saying? Read the room. And I'm not so much, you know, I don't like Calafiori, but I'm not so much blaming Calafiori anymore because I see this manager telling anybody that plays fullback to do that. And I'm like,
he was overlapping though. Pressure. Calafiori was overlapping in the first half though, so he was playing the left back role a bit different to like how.
Yes, but he had one cross, bro. That pass into Rice, yeah, when you could see Rice is getting pressed and it's in our box. Let the player go straight through into our goalkeeper and nothing their shots for shit. Do you get me? And then he did another one where he was like trying to dribble in our box, across our box, while getting pressed. What are you doing, bro?
I hear it.
What are you doing, bro?
I hear it. But players make mistakes.
Get punished for that.
Yeah, players make mistakes. Like you get me. Like my quote.
Only mistakes for 21
we're only human. Do you get me?
We're only human after all.
We're only human after all. You get me? Like we make mistakes. You get me?
I get it.
We all make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously, I'm hoping that Rice after the game pulls, or maybe at halftime goes to Calafiori. Maybe next time.
But he always has a mistake in him. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Oh, do you know what? Like, I guarantee you, every day I go out and I walk, yeah, at one moment on my walk, yeah, I'll trip over a curb, like, or the uneven pavement. Do you know what I'm saying?
Every day.
Okay, maybe not every day, but
Thank you.
yeah, but he don't do it
Yeah,
every
but you didn't lay the pavement. Arteta's laying the instructions for the fullback to do
Yeah,
that.
I didn't lay the pavement. Yeah, I'm just saying, but I should be paying attention. I should be concentrating, looking, and it's a long way down for me to look, but I should be concentrating, seeing the uneven pavement so I don't trip. But it is what it is. It's cool. And I got one thing that I want to say to you both, yeah. Some mina, eh. Waka, eh. Yeah, 60 million down the drain. Kai Havertz scores again. What a goal, blood.
Yeah.
Do you know what? This is one of the benefits of having Victor Gyökeres at Arsenal. Yeah. The other people that are playing the 9 are going to learn how to play the 9. Because you see Havertz running through the breezums. Yeah, he's running. I told man, because I'm pretty sure you got a video somewhere where you're laughing at me for what I said online. He's got blonks. Yeah. Strength. Holding off that defender. Yeah. Now, let's be honest. Yeah. Let's be honest. Usually, when he gets to that position, you're lucky I got a phone call, but hold that, Havertz scored in it. You know what I'm saying? You get me?
Anyway, people, he didn't push over anyone. Do you know what I'm saying? The guy's 60 kilo. The guy that was against him, he was the left back, right? He was the left back. And it wasn't even the center. He wasn't even the center back. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's still a good goal. It's still a good goal. I'll be real.
Yeah, but you see how all of us can agree that it was a good goal, yeah?
It was.
Got to take it to a next level. I mean,
yeah.
You don't need to start doing the
like he's strong and trying to make it sound like he's strong.
Man starts getting the bongos out.
You get me?
Bro, come on, bro. It's pre-season, bro. Come on. It's a dead team. Let's relax, bro. This is what I'm saying. This is why they call you a top gooner. It's times like this.
Yeah.
It's times like this when you start doing this.
They think that you're a top gooner. This is top gooner behavement. This is top gooner behavement. You know what I'm saying? This is how they behave. There's a pattern.
Igao-esque behavior right now. You know what I'm saying? Very Igao-esque. Right?
Nah, but it was a good goal. I can't even believe that he made that run. I'll be real. I don't know how he made that run. I can't lie. Usually Havertz is not someone. He's someone that would lose the ball in that instant. But maybe, like he said, maybe because he's seen Gyökeres, number 9, he's scoring. He's like, yo, you know what? I'm not going down without a fight. Maybe. That's why competition is so good, people. Do you know what I'm saying? Left back, centre back, goalkeeper, striker, number 10, any position, or Odegaard. Why don't we give up competition to Odegaard? Why don't we create competition for him? Maybe he'll get better. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because that was a good run. If I don't even... donkeys are pretty fast. They are, innit? They are. They are.
Oh, Don Mario.
Oh, come on, Hawks, man. Come on, Hawks, man.
Mean it like that.
Oh, come on, bro. It's not like that, bro.
I
thought we were friends,
bro. You upset him now, man.
Oh,
don't do that, Hawks, man.
Hey, don't do that. Apologize right now. Apologize right now.
Oh, guys, take it easy, man. Don't upset, man.
It was a great goal, bro. R9. That was an R9 run. I'll be real. That was an R9 run. The way he bodied the defender, the way he slotted it in.
Come on.
That was
we let him sing the Zaminamina. We listen.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. Are you still on the phone, Hooks, or are you back in the...
Yeah, he's still on the phone.
He's still on the phone, yeah. But, bro. No, it was a good run, North. I'll be real, yeah. I didn't expect it. I thought he was going to lose the ball. You get me? Usually, he loses the ball there. But that's what competition does, bro. That's what competition does. If we keep crossing the ball low, bro, something might happen. It's either the defender will score an own goal or Gyökeres is gonna bury that. Do you know what I'm saying? And who's been screaming for that, North? It's us. It's us. They're crossing the ball low because of us. You get me? They were crossing the ball like this, like last game, bro. Saka crossing the ball to Martinelli and Martinelli crossing the ball to Saka. Do you know what I'm saying? Gyökeres there in the middle, just not understanding what happened. But yeah, man, listen, hey, Arteta's gonna ride this out. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna ride it out. He's gonna be like, see, I told you. Gyökeres just needed a bit of time to fit. Do you know what I'm saying? To understand the way we play. Oh, bro, Arteta, man, he's gonna have a field day today. I swear, but with that smirk, yeah, he's gonna be smirking, bro. He's gonna be smirking. You don't like that smirk like me, innit? I don't like the way he smirks.
I don't like that, bro. When they smirk like that, you just want to slap their face. You know what I'm saying? Shut up, man. You know
Shut up.
Dickhead, you. Remember when Happy slap? You know, like, shut up.
Or go the pimp way, you know what I'm saying, with the backhand. Shit. Oh, my
But this
days.
is the thing, yeah. The more they gas it, yeah, the more they got less excuses. It's true. There is no excuses. Like, yeah, I'm saying, like I said, like I'm happy with Zuba. I was always happy with Zubimendi and Gyökeres. The only thing I said about Zubimendi, I said, I haven't seen enough of him. I want to see him consistently to then make a judgment, which is the same thing I did for Calafiori and Timber. Because I weren't watching them before they came to Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't think he's better than Partey. That was my concern, North. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I like Zubimendi, but I don't think he's better than Partey for now. Maybe we'll see him more. I don't know about you. I don't know how you saw it with Zubimendi, but I still don't think he's better than Partey. I think Partey, what he was doing in that midfield is so underrated, regardless of, just so honest.
But now they understand when we say that Declan Rice, is good at winning the ball and good at crashing the box. They now can see what we're talking about, because when you compare him to Partey and Zubimendi, you can see his deficiencies in his game. He's not good on the half turn. He doesn't have the vision. He doesn't run the game in terms of creativity. He doesn't have those attributes to his game. He's just not that type of player. You know what I'm saying? So when the fan base was getting upset when we were saying, Declan Rice doesn't bring what Partey brings, now you understand. Declan Rice has been playing next to Norgard, Moreno, and all that. It ain't worked. It's not the same as what you saw today with Zubimendi. He's not that kind of midfielder. He's just not. You know
he's not that guy.
He's not that guy. But I do want to see him on free kicks, though. That's one thing I do want to see. I do want to see Declan Rice on free kicks. You know what I'm saying? Because at the moment, it's like Odegaard ain't a great free kick taker. And after Rice scored the free kicks against Real Madrid, he has to be on free kicks. I don't want to see anybody else on free kick. I want to see if Rice can actually do it consistently. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we ain't got a great set piece taker like that, free kick taker like that. We ain't got that.
Yeah, true.
Saka's not great on free kicks. Odegaard ain't great. Like they're average. They're not amazing. They're like average. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody else in his team.
I think Arteta puts Odegaard on free kicks for his GA, innit? Because if you cross the ball into the box and Gabriel somehow scores or someone scores, you get a little assist out of that. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think that's why Odegaard is on free kicks. You get me? But like, I agree with you 100%, bro. Rice has to be on free kicks right now. We saw what he can do. Do you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Listen, if we're talking about Zubimendi, bro, that was a hell of a performance, bro. I'll be real. That was a hell of a performance. Even the little back heel that tells you everything, bro. You can't just do that little back heel, North. You get me? You played football. You know Wagwan. You know what I'm saying? You know Wagwan. In that space, in that time, you need to be a baller to think of a back heel. But I hope he does turn out to be better than Partey. People think that we want the worst for these players. Do you know what I'm saying, North? Do you get me? We have nothing. We have no beef with these man. We don't know them. Do you know what I'm saying? We don't hate him personally. Okay, I hate Xhaka personally. Only him. The others, it's different. You know why I hate Xhaka personally. We don't need to get into that. You know what I'm saying? So that's obvious. That's beside the point. Xhaka, something else. But the others, we don't hate them personally. I hope they all make it. You know what I'm saying? They're there. But the thing is that we've told you about these players before. Do you get me? We've told you about players. You didn't need to spend 52 million to get someone on the wing that can just cross the ball. All Brighton used to do that shit. You remember All Brighton from Leicester? He used to be sick of that. You know what I'm saying? Just go to and whip the ball in. You can, do you know what I'm saying? Like 52 million doesn't get you, get you someone way better than that. But unfortunately, it is what it is. You get me? When you think about it, it is what it is. You've got Madueke better than I'll tell you my opinion, yeah? No, he's a little bit better than Martinelli. I'll be real with you right now. Martinelli, you can't beat his man, bro. You can't beat his man. Pause. and he can't. You know what I'm saying? He can't get on his strong foot so he can shoot because he ain't got that curl on his shot and he can't go on the left and do something from the left because he doesn't have that kind of like capability. So why are we really playing you when you think about it? We're not playing a counter attack or playing direct for us to need you. Right now in this system, you know what I'm saying? You're not useful. Yeah. 100% Kairos, 100%, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say, North? In this system, you're not useful. Let's be real. Nelly's not useful in this system. I think Madueke's more useful than Nelly. Even though, of course, the standards are so low that we see someone like Madueke better than Nelly. I don't know about your thoughts on that one, but yeah, man. I don't know. What do you think of Madueke?
No, I think he linked up well with Gyökeres, but every time he had a chance to shoot and score, he was just as frustrating as Martinelli. So I agree with you. Like, I think the link up with Gyökeres was better when he came on, but the shooting and goal scoring from the left-hand side is just as bad. It's just as bad, just as inconsistent, just as frustrating.
But he can beat his man, though. Or at least a bit of danger. Do you know what I'm saying?
A little bit, you know. Fair enough, he was actually linking up with Gyökeres. So, you know, today's not really the day to cuss Madueke like that. We know what he is, but I do think he was effective. I think today he was effective. You know what I'm saying? I think he was effective on that left-hand side. But this is the thing, like, we're comparing him to Martinelli, like, you know what I'm saying?
I know the standards are so low that you can't 52 million for that. I can get you 2 players for 52 million that are better than Martinelli on the left wing in this system. Again, in this system. If we play a different system, then Martinelli's very effective. Do you know what I'm saying? The system that we played Real Madrid, for example, Martinelli was effective in that system. Do you get me? Even though he scored only 1 goal, but still he created, he was dangerous because in that system he is dangerous. But in this system, I'm sorry, play Madueke. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just come out and say it because he ain't gonna buy anyone, is he? He's not gonna buy anyone. So might as well just play Madueke. If Eze comes in, play Eze, and he go, and we keep on going. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think Madueke is way better than Martinelli in this system, bro. He did more than him, crossed the ball. You know what I'm saying? He crossed the ball, a brilliant little scoop. The way he scooped the ball over the keeper. You know what I'm saying? That should have been a goal. Yeah, like you said, link up. I think he's way better than him. Not way. He's a bit better than him. He's a bit better than him. Madueke, a bit better than Nelly.
He's clear, Martinelli, man. I'm sorry, man. He's clear, man. He's definitely better. He's definitely smarter, man. Like, did you even see when he did he linked up and did the pass and then ran on, then received it back and then passed again and then received it back and then tried to loop it over. I think it was to Declan Rice. He tried to loop it over. He
played a scoop, yeah.
Martinelli's not doing that.
Facts.
Martinelli's not doing that.
I'd say more effective, but they're both frustrating in the same aspect. And that's the goal scoring. That's the goal scoring. When they have an opportunity to score, like, there's going to be times where Gyökeres is getting marked out the game. You're going to have to take your opportunity. You can't find Gyökeres. You're going to have to put it in the back of the net. That is where the frustration for me is going to come from Madueke. Do you know what I'm saying? And even though he played well today,
he assisted twice.
Even though he played well today,
very well.
Even Chelsea fans have said when it comes to his decision making in the final third, at times it can be very frustrating. So yes, he's better than Martinelli. Martinelli's been shit for time. Like, this guy is bottom of the barrel for a long time. So the reason that we're comparing him to him is crazy. I think overall this performance for me, and I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna let Macy and Rob as well. See you in the back as well. I'll let you guys in the stream as well. All I'm gonna say is this: we've played this style of football and it wasn't enough to win the league. We had to adjust. We had to be able to mix this style of football and the style of football we've been playing for the last 2-3 years. If we do not do this, all this 1-2 football, we ain't doing anything. There's time to be pragmatic. There's times to play this kind of football. Different oppositions require different styles of football. This manager's my biggest gripe with this manager, and will always be, is that your in-game management, you don't know when to attack, you don't know when to defend. You either all out attacking or all out defending. Unless we fix that, to me, this game means nothing. It's a good performance. It's momentum into Man United game. but there's still a load of question marks. Like nothing for me has been answered by this manager. Like you went and got a striker, cool, but at the same time, where was the answer in pre-season against Villarreal? Do you know what I'm saying? Where was the answer against flipping Tottenham? Like this is what I want to see, and until I see that, I'm
answered that today.
Gonna have massive question marks about this manager because I just feel like, how do you react when things go sideways? How do you react to that?
I don't understand. He answered the question today. Like,
it's not though, because today is
plan A. Your questions today, but like, by the way,
plan A worked.
No, but today, no. Today, is an example of how when it goes good for Arteta, it goes good. Plan A, he didn't need to adjust. Today, didn't need to make a tactical adjustment. The manager didn't figure out his game plan. The opposition weren't really putting us under any pressure. That is when Arteta looks at his best. The biggest question marks for this manager, what was the answer against Man United in the Cup last season? What was the answer on 3 attempts against Newcastle that you lost? What was the answer against PSG when you come unstuck over 2 legs? Those are the things that make the difference between being a winner and being a loser. When your tactics are working, we look great. When your tactics are getting found out, your in-game management, your substitutions, and your game plan shifting in the way that we're playing, you always leave us wanting more. That is what I'm talking about. Today is the greatest example of when Arteta ball works, it works. We're not going to play somebody like Atletico Bilbao that's going to let us do whatever the hell we wanted to do. Bro, Ethan came on and Ethan was taking souls. We were allowed to play our football. Against Newcastle, we ain't going to be allowed to play our football. So what's the answer? Because he ain't figured it out in 3 attempts last season. This is what I'm talking about, Hooks. This ain't the answer.
But what you're doing is like you're saying XYZ for the Tottenham game went bad, yada yada rah. Villarreal game, the same thing, went bad, and then in this game he played a lineup that is going to be closer to what we'll play in the season, and it dominates, which is his way of playing. But now you're saying, oh, but that didn't answer all of my questions from before, but it has to, because
you're not making
we battered them, and
we've been battering teams since 8 when we were 8 points clear.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Right? That's fine.
You tell me one competition, Hooks. You tell me where when we get found out what the answer is from this man.
I can't. Sorry.
So that's something he's got to wait.
It's not even I. Sorry, it's not even. It has nothing to do with me. Like what you're asking from Arteta, he can't and the Arsenal.
He can't do exactly.
The Arsenal team, he can't show you until we've gone up against that again.
Yeah, and I haven't seen it in pre-season, which would have been an example as to what he's going to do.
Yeah, but in every pre-season game that happened, we wasn't starting with a team that we will most likely start in the Premier League.
Okay, cool. No problem. When the season starts and when we drop games, I'm going to remind you that I told you in pre-season, I haven't seen a plan B. I haven't seen him utilize a plan B. Now that he's playing with his best players, why is he not utilizing the plan B?
Wait, do you think that I think that we won't lose games next season?
Okay, so but why are we losing
important
games? Got a plan B.
I'm at this point, I don't know what you want at the moment.
No. I know what he's gonna say. He's so sneaky. Important games. As in semi-finals, quarter-finals, games that get us out of competitions. That's what
I want the manager to be a tactician. That's what I want. I want the manager to be a tactician and show us exactly how you're going to adjust within the game.
Yeah, but he can't.
When your plan A doesn't work, like today it worked, the other games it didn't work. What is the idea? Cool, the season's gonna start. We're gonna see if he's got a plan B.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, but my criticism comes from
I have to wait.
It comes from 5 years of me not seeing that. I think I have the right to be skeptical.
Yeah, but I think you have the right to be skeptical, but not immediately after we just 3-0. Like not immediate, like it's like immediate, like didn't even wait, blood. Like just maybe that's why I'm confused.
But I've been waiting though. I've been waiting 5 years. Imagine you're telling me immediately. I've been waiting 5 years,
Bro,
bro.
I've been waiting 22 years, like, so it's cool. But like, what I'm saying is like,
No, we're talking about Arteta.
like immediate, like this quickly, like the way.
But
like,
he has to win this
no
season,
time.
though. Everyone's saying he
Yeah,
has
yeah,
to win.
but your criticisms are very valid because I hear what you're saying, because I understand what you're saying. You're basically saying, yeah, when it goes, everything goes, the stars align. When the stars align, we can bad anyone up. But when the stars don't align, what is he gonna do? But that's a very hard. I don't know. It's a bit of a like. Why would you ask that now? Because we went up against someone where the stars align. Like, I feel like it's a conversation that we have when they don't align. We see what he does, and then we judge that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it's fair to bring it up that listen, today.
No, I hear it, man. If you feel that way, that's great.
Today is a good performance, but I still want to see what the answer is when things go sideways. And things have gone sideways in certain games in preseason, and I've not seen any evidence of anything to change those games by the manager when basically it's a free hit preseason. These are the times where we want to see you do something different, no? Try it out in preseason to see if it works. Because if it doesn't work, then you're doing it in the season where you're actually dropping points. It makes more sense to do it preseason.
But we did a lot of things different today, though. This is why I'm confused. We actually did a lot of things different today. So
what did we do different today?
Low crosses.
No, like for example, Declan Rice was dropping the deepest, even so much so that at times he was pretty much in line with the centre backs, and it was Zubimendi that was given the license, and Zubimendi is playing on the other side, so he's being given the license on the other side. But I don't know that if I wanted to go a bit deeper, like when we didn't have the ball, that was the case. But when we had the ball, it was Zubimendi that was dropping deeper to pick it up to kickstart whatever magic he was doing in that middle.
I can't lie. I've seen us do that with Partey and Rice.
You don't. Because like last season, more often than not, it was always Partey that stayed the deepest because Partey, he's not mobile like that. Like Partey is not picking up the ball and then trying to run past people, whereas Zuba Mendy did that quite a few times in the game. So maybe that's what we saw from Rice last season, and everybody was questioning, wait, why is it Rice that is doing this? Maybe it's going to be Zubimendi that kind of plays that more, give me the ball more, and I try and make things happen in the midfield. So that, I don't know, even little things like when Madueke came on, like he was dropping deep, and then like, I don't know about you lot, but like it just seemed like he wasn't given the same instructions as Martinelli. Like it wasn't just, stay high and wide and stretch them and be out there all the time on the island. Like it was a bit different. Like we had like, it was like when Rice would bomb up, you would have Zubimendi sit, and then sometimes Zubimendi's the one up forward, and then Rice was like, I don't know, that there was little tiny things that he tweaked that me personally, I haven't seen Arsenal do before. And I think that's why I think everyone here can admit, whether you like, I don't know, whether you like Arteta or Arsenal or not, that midfield, was on. Ødegaard wasn't dropping as deep as he usually does. So I can only imagine that the instruction was, hey, Zubimendi's there now, you need to stay higher up the field, which benefited us because look at that second goal. That comes from Martin Ødegaard, first time flick on through to Martinelli. So, but if Ødegaard is sitting in those areas that we're used to him sitting in last season, he's not there to do that. So I don't know. Me personally, to say that you didn't see anything different, I would have to argue that maybe, I don't know, maybe you're watching with a lens in it. And that's out to anyone in the world. You're watching with a lens in it. Like there was loads of things that we did different. We're actually different by default now because we have a 9. For example, the Zubimendi ball for the Gyökeres goal. How often have you seen
Havertz has done that. Havertz has done that.
No, but I'm talking about the first time just whipped in. Like how often do you see Arsenal do that? Like we definitely played at a quicker tempo. Like we was definitely playing quicker. Like for me, we was building up through the middle as well. You know, it wasn't so much to the right, everything you own.
Yeah, but we did that. We did that when we was 8 points clear. I do think there was improvements, Hawks. Yeah, but I think you're you're exaggerating.
There's clear differences.
You're exaggerating the improvements, and those improvements.
I didn't say improvements. I said differences. Differences and improvements. There is different.
But we need improvement because we need to win the league, and that is my overall.
Yeah, that's all
point.
fine. That's all well and good, Northside, but that can't be that there can't be proven until we're in the Premier League. Yeah, so I can't have that conversation after badding up Athletic Club. Yeah,
Just be happy, bro. Just be happy.
This all started, yeah, because I said today doesn't prove that we have improved enough to go and win the league. That's the only point I was making.
Doesn't.
And then you went on a mad tangent about
I didn't go on a tangent.
and this and that. Today was a good performance. No one ain't saying it ain't a good performance, bro. All I'm saying.
I'm just saying, like, we didn't need to bring out the gun that immediately.
No, what do you mean, bro? The first 45 minutes, yeah.
Hands up.
Did you watch the whole stream? Did you watch the whole stream? Because the first 40 minutes, yeah, I was praising.
Yeah.
This no, because I just jumped off of a stream.
No.
But
context.
When I'm talking about when I came on,
Yeah, but bro, it's an hour and 15 minutes in the show, bro. I'm gonna bring up certain things.
No, but I'm not suing you. That's okay. I'm just saying for me, it was a bit too quick. The quick draw, like Cowboys.
Wow, West, didn't it?
Yeah, you know what I mean? It was a bit too quick, but I hear it. Look, obviously, in the grand scheme of things, like this match means nothing. Just like how the game against Villarreal meant nothing. Just like how the game against Tottenham meant nothing. Newcastle, AC Milan meant nothing. It's pre-season. But I think it's good to end preseason the way we did, because now we go into the game at Old Trafford with a positive mindset because we came off the back of a win and keeping a clean sheet. So now it's just spend the next week and a bit getting everybody, them man that need extra massages, just give it to them because the muscles, you get me, need everybody fresh. Them man that need jacuzzis, you get me, I'm pretty sure there's one over there in the training ground, saunas, all of that. Do some theoretical stuff, some physical stuff, and just be prepared for if we can bring in a new body before the Old Trafford game, great. If not, just make sure that Martinelli doesn't start, and then I think everything will be fine. Do you know what I mean? Who knows what will happen? Because I don't know about you, but I'm hearing that Manchester United fan, they weren't too happy with the last, you get me, that they saw. So maybe we're ahead in preparation of Manchester United, which is good for us.
When you say everything's gonna be all right, Hooks, yeah. Before I get views in, big up to views, big up to my guy Macy. Yeah, before I get them in the conversation as well. You said everything's gonna be all right. What do you mean by that?
Don't worry.
Whoa. When did I say that?
You just finished saying that.
I said it's gonna be fine.
Okay, it's gonna be fine. What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
Like, I don't know. Like, it's gonna be fine.
I don't know.
It's all right. Fine. He switched it up.
Do you know what I mean? I think it's gonna be fine. Like,
yeah.
But
I don't know about you, but I'm confident.
Second place.
I'm confident going into the match. I'm talking about the next game. I'm not talking about the.
Okay, so you're confident against
Man United. What's going to happen in May, bro?
No, but it's called, bro. We do this, yeah.
I haven't even celebrated Christmas yet, bro. I don't know what's going to happen in May, bro.
Well, hold on. Hooks. It's called an opinion.
I ain't even got to my next birthday. I don't know. May.
It's called an opinion, bro. It's called an opinion. I have an opinion. You have an opinion. We all have an opinion.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Arsenal are going to be in and around the conversation. But I won't know until much later on in the season. Like, yeah, okay, cool. I might do I'll predict. Where do you think
as it stands, what do you predict? As it stands for Arsenal.
As it stands, I still predict Liverpool to go on and win the league. I have Arsenal at a close second, but it all depends on what happens in. Like, the first 10 games are going to be very telling. Like, we'll find out my opinion will probably change after the first 10 games. If we have a very good first 10 games, I'll probably and Liverpool don't, then I'll be like, you know what? I think we might do it this year because man know what I'm like. I'm that guy, bro. Heart on the sleeve. Man, know what I'm like. You get me? But if we have a horrible first 10, do you know what? If we lose like 4 of our first 5 games, then by the way, just dead off the league and just focus on other things from then.
Okay.
Because we face a lot of the big boys first off, and if the big boys because the thing is, Chelsea and Man City, they got fairly easy starts to the season. So Chelsea could even win all their games, their first 5 games, first 6 games, and then now I'm looking at Chelsea like, ooh, I might actually have you ahead of Liverpool, but I didn't go to the X-Men Mutant Academy, bro. I didn't get taught by Charles Xavier, so I don't have powers. I can't see that far into the future, but I'm feeling like it's gonna be Bob Marley. Everything's gonna be all right. Yeah, everything's gonna be all right. Yeah,
you know how I feel. Face 5, you know how I feel. I swear that. You know what? Yeah. Whenever, bro, I swear that. Whenever you're down, speak to Hooks, bro. You know what I'm saying? He'll get you in a good mood. Bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I told Hooks this, yeah, because I was doing the clips. Yeah, I said, Hooks, I'm clipping you up. As I'm clipping you up, yeah, my mom's like, oh, I like him. That guy. Be nice to him. Be nice to him. I said, I'm clipping him up, mom. She goes, no, be nice to him. Be nice to him. He speaks nicely.
Yeah.
My mom was defending. I'm like, what's going on here? I was like, oh, you're a top gooner as well. Anyway, let's go to news.
Hey, great power, great responsibility, Spider-Man. I'm not talking about.
Nah.
What are you telling me, my guy, man? What are you saying, man? You feeling good as well?
Nah, not really. But I hear it though. I hear it though, innit? Like obviously, I'm like, you get me. I'm with you, bro. Like some of those answers I never got in it. But like I said, it was a different game today, and I think what Hooks is talking about is certain good things in isolation, because there was good things, but it weren't enough for me. It wasn't. Yeah, they were like in isolation. Big up Rob again. Big yourself up, my G. It was in isolation, so we did some good things here and there, but I wanted to see a lot more of that. You know what I mean? For me, there was still a majority of the game where we're going down the wings. Now I do believe that Madueke probably will be better than Martinelli, because I don't know what's happened to him. That he's been with Arteta too long. He's turned him into a spork. You get me? I don't know what it is with him. Don't lift up his head. Maybe we can see a bit better from Madueke. However, it's not convincing. And the way that we start the game, the way that we have been starting the game in the preseason as well, I feel like Arteta's going to be starting Martinelli as well, quite a lot, right? So then why have we just lumped 50 million if you can't even come and make the left-hand side yours? Now, bearing in mind he's back up for Saka. Why'd you pay 50 million for backup? I don't know. But whatever, he's here now. You get me? All I can do is look at what I'm looking at. Do I feel like the answers that that I need to see from preseason? No, I don't. Today was a bit better. Athletic, you know, they didn't play low block. They came out, they were pressing quite high. Like the first half was quite good. The second half, I think both teams fell off a little bit. You know what I mean? And and there were some different things. Like imagine seeing Havertz scoring a type of goal that you think Gyökeres would score, and then Gyökeres is scoring the type of goal that you think Havertz would score. Even that is fucking inverting when you come to Arsenal. You understand what I'm saying? But you know, like that. Like, am I confident with the whole season? No, I feel a little bit better because the dopamine's. You get me? Dopamine works. You know what I'm saying? So it's always good to have a win, but. Do I feel like all of the answers have been answered? No, I don't. Have I seen enough to say that there's a plan B? Because everyone kept telling me it was a double pivot today, but when I was doing the watch along and I was struggling to see it, like it still looked like the same thing to me. So, like I said, man, everyone views things differently. Chinese whispers with the eyes and all that, but nah, not for me, bro. I was like, come on, we need to see. But like I said, let me not be too negative because there were some good things in isolation. I just wanted to see more of that. That's all. So there you go.
I hear it, man. I hear it. Rob, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm wondering, is this the right mag? So basically, I thought most likely you would probably do a call-in show post-game. So I thought when I was at the shop before buying a couple of like big bottles of milk for my cocktails that I'm having right now, I thought I'd buy a Maggie. I think this is the right Maggie, right? Is this the right one?
Yeah.
What I love about this, number one, what I love about this is it says, the name tonic wine does not imply health, giving, or medicinal properties. It's like, well, the fact that this thing was put on the shelf next to the cheap side of the White Ace, the Strongbow, and the $4.99 bottles of wine does not necessarily imply to me that this is a health-orientated product.
Yeah, look,
I've never had this before.
be active tonight.
I've never had this before, so I'm going to have a little sample of this now. This is the first time I've had a Maggie that, our good friend Northside swears by. So before I get to some kind of analysis, I think I'll just have a little taster. It's such a small fucking...
man. Just little one.
Don't do the pinky.
Yeah, chill, Rob, because you're going to get a heart attack.
Yeah.
Northside, you've already forgotten I'm from Yorkshire. Already forgotten that. Already forgot that.
What do you think? What do you think?
Oh, that's quite decent. Do you know what I mean? What was the analysis of the game? So I'm gonna say, well, to be honest with you, I just thought it was kind of like more of the same. And like, do you know what? The second goal summed it up. You know, this team and these players are designed to play that way, fast one touch. Odegaard with even kind of like an Ozil type touch over the top in the middle to I can't remember who it was who laid it off to Saka. Was it to it was to Gyökeres, wasn't it? Who laid it off to Saka? But Arteta, despite it being
Martinelli.
Was it Martinelli who?
Yeah.
Martinelli with the final assist, but it was Gyökeres that put Martinelli through, like, because he kind of brought it down and put it into his path. And then Martinelli ran onto it, passed it to Saka. Saka put it in the back of the net.
Okay, cool. That whole move was like so it was so unlike what we generally see, isn't it? And look how effective it was. You know, like we try and play our way through again and again, try and play this, that, and the other. But when we play fast and when we play without, the problem is our players. We get our players into a mode of sort of overthinking a little bit, and when they don't think, players are best when they don't think, and like they just kind of like boom, they react. And even though it's right in front of Arteta's eyes, you know, that style of play for the second goal is going to be an exception to the rule this season. Also, what I will say, as much as I don't like Havertz that much, fucking great third goal from him. Like, really, really thought that was sick. So credit where credit's due. You know, moving on to what we're going to do in terms of the season. Look, do you know what? If we can't get that link-up play between Gyökeres and I was saying on Views, I was on Views channel earlier, big up Views, obviously, of course, every time. And I was saying that Odegaard now is, or whoever's in the number 10, is the most important player now in our team. It's not Saka anymore because we need to feed Gyökeres, and the best feeding to Gyökeres is going to come from the number 10 position, whoever plays in that. We know it's going to be Odegaard who plays in that. So Odegaard is now our a fulcrum, the point at which it's sort of like everything is created from. But you also saw it like happen in the game itself. It didn't quite work out, and we reverted back to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, pass it to Will kind of like settings, like pass it to Saka, pass it to Saka. To be fair, Saka had a great game. I think great game. He had a good game. You know, he was very sporadically sort of like effective in parts, but it just seemed to be the same old kind of stuff, isn't it? Like nothing really seems to work that well, so we just pass it to Saka and hope for the best. And that's kind of how we didn't really learn anything. And kind of like just on one thing you mentioned, North, about like the Man United game, and when I've been in arguments with these top gooners about the injuries, I would say to them, in January, when we were knocked out of the FA Cup by Man United, our only injury was Saka. We had a full-strength team, so injuries didn't matter then, apparently. When we were knocked out by Newcastle in the Carabao Cup in 2 legs, we only had 2 first-team players out. For the whole of last season, we played 75% of games with 8 first-team players or more, and then like 83% of games with 7 first-team players or more. So how is that a massive injury crisis? They are using excuses. It's excuses FC, as we know. All the time, it's excuses FC. And I'm just kind of looking forward to this season to see how these guys can keep making the excuses. What are they going to go to? What depths are they going to plump to until they can finally fucking admit that their cultist leader, their L. Ron Hubbard, their fucking Tom Cruise Scientology type cultist leading motherfucker is not the guy who they fucking think he is. I'm getting a bit tired of it, to be honest with you.
Well, when they're dismissing Wenger to defend this manager. It just shows you, innit? I mean, even Hooks, I saw it. I did a show to it. Even you couldn't believe the way you were looking at a guy. They're like, nah, guy, you're going way too far. You're going way too far with the disrespect, you know. That was crazy, man.
But even a guy was at least saying on one stream I saw anyway that he has to win at least the Premier League or the Champions League. I mean, there's a new guy who started at work. Sorry, I was just going to say quickly. Sorry, I'll finish then. But like, there's a new guy who started at work. I was showing him around. It was kind of like going, well, he's just a sound guy and everything. And then it turns out he's an Arsenal fan. So great, he's an Arsenal fan. Because I don't know many Arsenal fans. All my mates are Man United or Spurs fans for some fucking reason, even though I'm in bloody Turnpike Lane. You know what I mean? So I don't know many Arsenal fans. So it's great.
You're from North London.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm in Wood Green. I've got Wood Green just there. Do you know what I mean?
You're local. I'm round the corner.
Big up to you, man. Big up. But like, he was kind of. So I said to him, "Do you know what, Arteta? You know what? This is he's got to win something this season, hasn't he? Or he's got to go." And he just laughed at me. He literally laughed at me and said, "Do you realize what Arteta's done for this club? Do you realize, how far he's brought us? There's no manager who could do anything like what he's done." And then when I reeled it off, then I said, well, I mean, we could have got Ancelotti, we could have got like blah, 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 blah. Whatever manager I named, he said, well, they wouldn't come to Arsenal. I was like, well, hang on a second. Like, you're an Arsenal fan. Now, he was an Arsenal fan since 94, by the way. He wasn't a newbie. This was what was more sort of disturbing about it. It's like a 1994 Arsenal fan. And it was kind of like, how can you say that the likes of, your Ancelottis, your Luis Enrique's, your Hansi Flicks, your whoever you want to name, won't come to Arsenal? What are you trying to disrespect the name of my club like that? I found that very weird. And like they're robotically churning out the same things that we always hear. He said about the referees against us. He said about the injuries. We're unlucky with the injuries. Every single thing you might want to hear or you've heard before on social media, he just robotically churned out. And I was like, fucking hell, this guy seemed to be such a sound guy. Also, he turned out to be a cyclist. So it was like, fucking, well, we're done, mate. We're done. Anyway. That was my little thing on that. These maggots are quite nice, though.
Come on, man. You already know, man. You know what I mean? It's a bad boy drink. I swear down. Jamaica. You owe me
it's concentrated. It's got a good. It's not big, but it's like there's a lot of goodness concentrated into the thing.
Yeah, Rob's going to be looking for the misses in a little bit, bro.
He's going carnival now. He's going carnival. I'm telling you.
Listen, I'm calm. I'm a Yorkshire boy. Do you know what I mean? Like I need another 10 of these. You know what I mean?
Oh shit,
man. It's a nice drink, and it's nice. Like if you've had like a load of food, you don't want to have beers too gassy. It's nice to have a little Maggie if you want to have a drink and you don't feel bloated. Because sometimes like after I have dinner, I don't really want to be drinking a beer, man. It's just not the one after dinner. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
This is the thing. This is the thing, North. Like, because not last week, but the last sort of like in the last sort of like 5 weeks, I've had like a couple of weekends where it's been very beery, and I wanted to chill because I've been working on like some fucking music stuff. It's been like stressing me out, so I want to chill tonight. And I was like, I don't want to drink beer, and I was like, do you know what? Let me just get a bit of because I've been making these cocktails, which is kind of like fucking like White Russians, basically. And I thought that, yeah, you'd be coming on stream. I was like, let me try these Maggies out. And it was like, okay, these are actually quite nice. Red wine. It's like red wine. I didn't realize they were made by Ray and Nephews as well. It's like it's the Ray and Nephews company. The Maggies. Yeah, so if anyone's had Ray and Nephews, those things are interesting.
There you go. Even Aaron tried a Maggie, yeah. When he came over to my house, he tried a Maggie. He's like, yo, this is nice, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, I can't lie. The Caribbean, they know how to drink. They got nice food.
Such a nice balance. It's just a really nice balanced drink, to be fair.
Nice, man. It's nice. I don't really like Cherry B. I don't know if Hooks, you like Cherry B?
Cherry B is my drink, Nadal. You get me. You don't know about the Cherry B, blood. You don't know about the Cherry B.
Now's my turn to say something.
Then?
My turn, yeah. I was impressed with the performance today, but as Lee said on his fan cap, don't let the result fool you, because let's not get carried away, my fellow friends. It ain't going to change the fact, because this season we're in for a dose of reality, because Now we have to get ourselves ready because this is all or nothing for Arteta, because he has to show us he is worthy of winning a trophy. Because if he fails this time, then none of us, then there ain't going to be no one defending him, because this is his last chance at redemption, and he better not fuck it up this season, because I've seen Manchester United on how they play, and despite if they drew against Fiorentina, listen, a draw is a draw. Let's get over it. But Manchester United, they went out and got Benjamin Sesko. And listen, I know a lot of the top Gunners are a bit upset that they didn't want it, that they wanted Sesko at our club. But listen, Sesko made up his mind. He's going to United. And I believe, like, the Man United game will decide whether or not we are ready to challenge for the Premier League title. And if we play the same way that we played against Bilbao today, then I think we can beat United. But let's just see what happens next week. And there are a couple of players that I need to big up and say they had a very good game. Martin Zubimendi, big up to you. You had an amazing game today. You absolutely rang the show. And there's a reason why you can play in that forward passes and you can make runs forward many, many times, something that our captain can never do. And you set up, I think, one of the goals. I think it was Gyökeres who got the first goal. But big up to you for setting it up. And Gyökeres, he absolutely took his goal superbly well. And I hope he starts against Manchester United next week, because I do not want to see Kai Havertz up front, because as much as he got the third goal today, that doesn't justify the fact that he has been absolutely dog shit. And the fact that we've given him £65 million, that absolutely just tears the life out of who we are as a football club. Bukayo Saka today, like, listen, I know he scored a good second goal, but I do not want him to be playing the whole season like this, because he needs to be rested, because next year is the 2026 World Cup and he has to be ready for that. Because if he is burned out this season, there ain't going to be no way he's going to make that England squad for next year. So there's a lot of things that needs to happen at this football club. Calafiori, for me, he is absolutely pathetic. I don't know why he is running around the whole side of our goal when his main position is to run forward. I just don't know why he is absolutely just like, he gets the ball and he just runs around in our side, but he cannot run forward on Bilbao's side. It's just pathetic. I just think Calafiori, for me, he ain't good enough. So for me, we're just going to have to stick with Skelly. And listen, Lee said in his fan club, I think he said that this is the year that Skelly will get exposed. And if Lee really says that it could be true. I mean, Skelly's in a bit of a predicament right now on that left-hand side, because we found out against Villarreal when Pepe cooked him. So I'm a bit worried for Skelly in that left-hand side, because if Cunha targets him, then this is all on the manager, because he doesn't understand that Skelly is a midfielder, but instead he decided to put him at left back because he believes that he can operate better than Calafiori and Zinchenko. It's just not good enough. And listen, we got the win today. It's the Emirates Cup. And listen, I don't really dig the Emirates Cup that much. All I care about is this football club winning a major silverware this season. And if we do not win any trophy this season, Mikel Arteta, you need to fuck off and take Tim Lewis and Richard Garlick with you. And Stan Kroenke, if you don't come out of America and address the situation in this football club, then you, my friend, you're just past your time. And I hope Josh Kroenke feeds you some milk and food.
Macy, I can't believe Macy just said I'm talking, bro.
Yeah,
they got Macy every time, man.
Macy never changed. Never changed.
Long enough.
The Macy has spoken. The Macy has spoken. You know what I'm saying? It's my turn. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, Hooks, what do you think about what Macy said, bro? He ain't got no patience no more. He's run out of patience.
I can't lie. I zoned out, man. I completely zoned out. But I hear it, man. Like people are happy and sad at different things. I hear it, man. I hear it. Like, that's what I really can say. Really, I hear it. Like, I'm so tired at the moment, man. I won't lie to anyone. But yeah, man. Good game. Yeah, good game, man. I'm like literally. I said my part at the beginning. I'm just here now. I'm just gonna sit back until I decide to drop off, and just gonna let you guys do your usual thing of chefing up the club and the manager. And I just you get me sit back.
Don't you think like the second and third goals kind of glossed over what was not a very great performance? Like the second goal was a great goal.
Whoa, slow down, brother, man.
But like, I mean, like.
You don't think we played good today? I thought it was a very great performance.
So in what way?
We controlled the whole game. We was playing quicker than what we usually do.
Oh, yeah, we controlled. Yeah, we're good at controlling the game.
Like we were saying one touch passes. I don't know. Like what? It's like all of the things that some of the fan base complain about was addressed in that game. And now, be it as it may, it's just a preseason friendly. It don't mean nothing, just like none of the other ones did. But I enjoyed sitting down and watching some lovely attacking football, very forward-thinking football. It wasn't so much horseshoe football. Don't get me wrong, it still happened. But hey, old habits die hard. And yeah, I mean, if I wanted to like, I don't know, like,
did you see like a considerable improvement on what we saw at the end of last season, like now? I understand that it's preseason. I'm also the same as people. Like, I don't really count preseason that much. Like, give me a performance at Old Trafford, and then I'll think about my reply.
Spurs always matters, man. Spurs always matters. I can't hear that. Bro.
I just don't understand.
That's another caveat. It's like, why the hell are we even playing Spurs? But that's
yeah, we shouldn't be playing them. But my thing is, I don't understand why that's what. I don't understand why I'm thinking about last season.
The problem, I think, is that it's not that we're playing like a different kind of formation and, okay, it doesn't work and it's preseason. It's the fact that we're playing the same way and we're getting kind of like not so great. Okay, we won 3-0 today. I get that. But, like, we've not been playing that well with the same sort of situation, with the same sort of tactics and kind of setup and situation. I mean, so I think that's why people are a little bit worried.
But it's different, though, because we played a completely different lineup to what we played against Villarreal in key areas.
But we played what is going to be our first team lineup. That's what, apart from Lewis Skelly, we started with what was basically going to be our first team,
and we won 3-0.
Well, yes, but like what I'm saying is like the setup and everything. If you actually watch the game, sort of generally, the Bilbao team did not sort of like come at us that much, and like we didn't really create.
There was times where they pressed high.
They was pressing high. They weren't low blocking. That's why we had.
There was times where they pressed high. Yeah, but I can't judge how we do against a team that low blocks when I just played a team that didn't. I don't know. I'll have to wait until I come up against one in the Premier League.
I do agree.
Because we played those teams every week.
Can be true, yeah.
No, what do you mean we played those teams every? Okay, when I played those teams,
let me say this in the form.
I didn't have Zuba Mendy.
You can be happy about the performance, Hooks. Yeah, both things can be true. I'm going to put this in the most simplest form. All of us are happy about the performance today. All of us are happy about the performance today. The only thing that I didn't like was the instruction by the manager for the fullbacks that made them look dangerous when they were offering nothing. Yeah, which is a completely fair thing for me to say. That's what I saw. The performance today overall was a very good performance, but it's also fair for me to say when I look at the preseason as a whole, I have not seen anything that I feel like we can take into next season to get us over the line. I have seen us play like this before in previous seasons and come up short. And where did we come up short? Where did we come up short? It was in-game management. It was not playing players that were in form. It was persisting with players out of form.
But with different
not making the right substitutions.
Can you
having a second game plan? So if you look at, but hold on, let me just say this. If you
can you address that? Because you conveniently left that out.
Hold on, let me just say this. If you look at this game as a whole, I get why you're happy. Yeah, I get why we're all happy about the performance today. But The expectation now is to win the league. So then when I
Yeah.
go look past this game and I say, okay,
Yeah.
for the rest of the season, what do I have as a fan that I've visually seen to tell me that we can get over the line? There are things that I haven't seen. And those are the 5 things that I had a problem with last season and the previous season.
I hear it.
Yes, we have a striker. Yes, we have improved. When I asked you, and I asked you straight, I said, Hooks, where do you see us getting to this season when you said that you were fine with the performance today? And you said, as it currently stands, you still see Liverpool winning the league and us coming second. Then you said, I can't predict things, but that's your opinion. And I said, I agree with you, Hooks. The reason I agree with you and the reason you got us second is because of the things that I'm talking about. And even you are predicted us not to win the league based on no improvement on a plan B and not enough improvement on the bench. Not when you're talking about, but we didn't play our first team. Those are the players that we're going to have to use off the bench to impact games or to actually start if we have injuries, which means
Someone came off the bench and impacted the game as well.
But we're not confident. But even you, when I asked you, where do you see Arsenal finishing the season? Even you have to concede that you still don't have us winning the league. And the reason
that's because Liverpool, they won last season by a comfortable margin. They're favourites to me by default. And then they went and they had a strong window.
Exactly.
If they don't go and get Isak, and then we go and grab an Eze or a Rodrigo, then that's going to change. But as it stands right now, it's all gone, everything closed. It has to be Liverpool because they're the champions.
Okay, and us here, exactly. But Hooks, you know this, yeah, and you know this. Us here, we all want to win the league. So we're looking at it as if we don't win the league, it's not enough. It's phase 6, it's not enough. So when we got concerns about winning the league. We don't have concerns that we're going to finish 10th or that we're going to finish 14th. We have concerns that we're not going to win the league. And when we're talking about deficiencies in the team that we still haven't seen addressed, like you said, they've added personnel. We haven't added the personnel to match them. They still got a manager that's got over the line. They've got players in their team that have experience of winning the league. We have not bridged the gap enough. We've made improvements, but we haven't made enough of improvement. So when we are, well, it's not to a degree because you agree in our prediction that we're not going to win the league.
Yeah, but so that's me and you. There's people that think we will win it.
But we're talking me and you. And when we're talking me and you know my criticisms of the team is, have we got enough to win the league? And when I don't see the improvements that I want for me to be happy, then I'm going to criticize. When we bought Zuba Mendy, I was happy. When we bought Gyökeres, I was happy, but I said we still needed more, which you agree on, which is why we're not going to win the league yet. So as it currently stands,
we could still win the league, but
it's not only
guaranteed.
But at the same time, when you're sitting there saying, yeah, but look at the improvements they've had, we should be in phase 6. We should be ready to now win a major honor. We should be. The concern is that there's still a massive question mark.
Well, we are ready. We just can't get over the line.
So then we're
we're ready in the sense where I think if you this team, as in personnel that is in the squad, they can win the league. We're getting to the point now where it's down to the finer things.
Would you admit that the manager's gonna fumble the bag again? Then
that's where we are. But this team can win a league. It's good enough. We have good enough quality to win a league.
But under this manager, we can't.
With the right direction.
But under this manager, he still needs to prove that he can get over the line.
Right. Okay. So you've got the same concerns as us then, basically.
I was saying, because I was very happy in isolation. Sorry to just jump in there. I was celebrating the goals on the watch along. I was very, you know what I'm saying? It's not but when I'm saying, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, what's the common denominator in how we kind of played a bit stinky, and it reminds us of last season. That's why we're talking about it, because what we're seeing, that looks like last season, which didn't work. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, when I take what's the common denominator? Well, Athletic didn't play a low block today. Well, AC Milan never really played a low block either, although they was more defensive than I say Bilbao was today. And obviously we are going to face that more. Newcastle, they were pressing quite high in the first half. In the second half, and we was lucky to get through that game, I reckon. You know what I'm saying? We
got through though.
Yeah,
we got through.
So we can be on block. safe. So we can be. So it's like,
So what does the one time account for all the other times?
no, but I'm just saying,
So
so we can be
when we win, so when we win the
no,
low
we
block
can't
one
be low
time,
block.
what about all of the other 18 times or the other 14
Yeah, but that's
times?
yeah, but that's fine. Like that's
So we
that's
can
well
both do
and
that,
good.
though. We
Like
can both do that, though.
I'm talking about how you're saying that we won this game because they weren't playing low block, but then Newcastle played low block and we won that game. So to me, that's a moot point. To bring that up is a moot point because we've already proven in this preseason. I'm not talking about all the other games last season because there was different personnel. Like we was in a different mood. Like we had injuries. Like it was just in a different way, different context, all of that stuff. Yeah, I'm talking about in preseason. We've beaten teams that don't play low block and do play low block. And correct me if I'm wrong. In the game against Newcastle, we didn't play the lineup that we played today. So now I'm playing a better lineup. So with a better lineup, wait, we didn't have Gyökeres.
And you think that's going to fundamentally change whole different?
We didn't have Gyökeres against Newcastle.
Yeah, but we're still playing the same way.
No, but what I'm telling you, and what I'm not saying you're doing this or it's just you, because there's a lot of people in the world that support Arsenal that do this. Like convolute things. Like we have different. It's like even when Northside was
there's
talking,
a lot of enabling as well. Though,
he said a lot of things, but he failed to address. Even when I asked him to, he failed to address the fact that we have different personnel. So it looks similar to 22-23, but the personnel is different.
And with that personnel, you still predict us not to win the league.
Yeah, but just because it looks like 22-23 doesn't mean necessarily 100% fact it will end the same as 22-23. I mean, it still could. I'm not even saying that Arsenal are 100% going to go win something. They better.
If this was Liverpool or Man City with the manager, let's say Man City sacked Pep and they got Arteta in as their second and he didn't come over to Arsenal, and then Man City won an FA Cup in the first season and then won nothing for the next 5 years, what would we be saying as Arsenal fans to Man City fans? We'd be ripping the shit out of them. We'd be calling them losers and all that kind of shit.
We'd want him to stay, man. Yeah, Man City keep Arteta, no?
Well, yeah, that's kind of the point. It's kind of like
I don't understand what that to me doesn't matter. Like, because rivals never want the best for rival teams, so I don't understand.
No, what I'm saying is, if it was any other team, if it was Liverpool, if it was Man City, if it was Man United, who had a manager who hadn't won anything for 5, 6, whatever years, we as Arsenal fans would be ripping the shit out of them, saying you're losers, you're fucking cultivating losing. And then,
I mean, that's not entirely true though, because we all knew that Ten Hag should have been sacked, and he won like 2 trophies back to back.
Right.
Like we all knew that Ten Hag was
still one more. I mean, I'm not trying to be confrontational, but I'm just saying that like Ten Hag has won one more.
Oh yeah, 100%. I know this, but he was not good for Manchester United, even though he won back-to-back trophies. So, I mean,
but then when it comes down years down the line, am I going to tell my kids about we got like second 3 seasons in a row, and they're going to say that we won the FA. You could potentially go to Wembley to watch the Wenger won FA Cups, whole city, and against Chelsea and all that. Like those are really great memories that I will keep in my mind. It's that I do not have memory, the similar kind of level memories of like finishing second and maybe doing this and maybe doing that, this is the kind of thing that, as we go forward, the likes of Saka, the likes of Saliba, the likes of Rice, and all these kind of players will want to leave, and this is what fans don't realize. If we continue the way we are, trophyless, 1, 2, 3 seasons down the line, not even 3 seasons down the line, because we built it up a little bit now anyway, those players are going to go, and this is what fans don't seem to understand. Like, we are not going to keep the same play. The same 11 isn't going to just keep going and going and going and going again just because they love Arteta so much, apparently, because that's actually not true. They're just kind of like saying it because they're kind of like forced to, because of their PR, because of the sort of like public relations and the sort of like contracts that they have. They're not going to come out and say shit about Arteta, are they? You know what I mean? it's just a very frustrating situation where like you have fans that are paying a hell of a lot of money to go every week to watch the game. We're paying champions level.
Sorry, pick up my
We're paying
brother. No, we went to the stadium.
We're paying champions level money. Sorry, to watch a team that fails all the time at winning the championship.
No.
And like, do you know what I mean? It just irritates.
It is what it is. I mean, to be fair to Hooks has got a lot of frustrations as well with the club. He's not just everything's positive, and he said that, you know, he did apologize last season. It's not, you know, I mean, as much as I disagree with certain points Hooks says, we can all agree to disagree. He disagrees with some of my points as well. And he did say that he doesn't predict us to win the league because we haven't done enough as much as Liverpool. So we all got our points. Listen, big up to everyone that's locked in.
I wasn't trying to be like...
No. It's cool, man. Listen, me and Hooks go at it when we don't agree. We all got our opinions at the end of the day. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, you'll see him click me up on his channel and... so, yeah, it's all fine.
Where about you, Hooks? You Turnpike Lane, Hooks, or you?
No, I'm close. Oh, I'm between Palmer's Green and Bushel Park, which one I live around.
Oh, okay. I'm just down kind of like where Turnpike Lane tube station is. I'm off a road that's close to there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. I know that. I used to play basketball in the
courts. Yeah.
You used to play basketball. The man didn't even have to jump. He's that tall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's 6'6", man. I see the streams. I'm 6 foot, so I was kind of like a bit like a point guard type situation. So.
Nah, man. Listen, big up to everyone that's locked in, man. Big up Macy, Hooks, Rob, Views. Big up to all of you lot. We're gonna redirect to the Randalls. If he says anything crazy, shout me. You know what I'm saying? Shout me so I can start clipping up. You know what I'm saying? Big up to everyone that's locked in. Big up, boys, for your time.
Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, bro.
Big up Northside.
Big up Northside. Man.